Nobody fucking wins. Like it or not, you fight to lose. None of that shit is up to you. So just fuck it, let it through. Stop playing that fucking game. Like it or not, you bet you lose. None of that shit is up to you. So just fuck it, let it through. Now!
He really did.
Because it's one of the poorest countries in the world. By any far means or understand.
The US is the poorest country in the world.
It's the strongest military country. That doesn't mean it's the healthiest and the strongest financially.
If it's not, then why are people trying to get in?
Because the countries are wars.
The point is that it's still a very prosperous country. That's why people want to go
So
there.
you fucking live in Venezuela, you want to go to US. But that doesn't mean it's the country that's providing you.
There's people living in the UK who want to go to the US as well. So,
That's true, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm just saying.
No, that's different.
Why is it different? I'm just saying it's not a poor country.
Because it's the same country. It's
He put it wrong. He's not the first country. He just has this widest gap between.
It's the poorest countries by potential, man.
By the
It should have been the biggest one.
by proportion in the population.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
The poor people in America is as poor as poor people in anywhere in the world. Like
No,
Africa, fucking.
No, they're not.
Have you seen the people in the ghetto?
What the fuck is
There are videos on YouTube. They're showing the.
if you're like a poor person in the US, you have social security. You can get food
Nah,
stamps.
you motherfucker,
You think you can get food stamps in fucking Africa, in like Somalia or something?
What the fuck are you talking about? In the United States, you pay for health and education, which is given to most European countries, including UK for some miracle. It's given, but they have to pay for the shit. So how this
But I'm still
is
saying
democratic?
poor people in the US are still richer than poor people in like.
No, they're not.
For example, Africa.
You
yeah, they are.
piece of
Are
shit.
you
Let me
going
tell you,
there?
Let me tell you.
Okay,
Let me tell you.
Okay.
That's true, man.
How many times have you been in the US? You only you've been there once in Florida, right?
I mean-
Fucking holiday spot.
I've been to like, I mean, I didn't.
New York and Florida,
I went to
yeah.
New York. I went to Georgia, and then I went to Florida as well.
Yeah.
Georgia.
Let me tell you what I saw in Houston, Texas.
They were lying eating burgers.
Just like what I remember the video I showed you.
Disgusting.
Philadelphia
Disgusting.
ghetto.
Yeah.
Just like that. Do you remember? You saw it? It was the Scarface, the movie. The tents of the homeless people under the highways everywhere. It's exactly like that. How can you tell that they have more money than like people in fucking Africa? Well, it doesn't count. It's ridiculous to compare this to.
No, my point is that they still have a safety net in a country like the US. They can still claim food stamps. They
Literally,
social
they
security.
get this some
They
kind
didn't go
of
to school,
zombie
Prav.
drug and
They don't know how to do
they
it.
do this on the street.
I'm just saying, you guys should not be under the false assumption that the US is like a poor country. It's not.
I know.
If it was
I know.
a poor country, so many people wouldn't be trying to get in.
I know.
Seriously.
I know what you mean. Yeah. What I'm trying to say,
Yeah.
what we're trying to say is that
It's not perfect.
yeah, it's not perfect.
Representative democracy is not
There
perfect.
are some
problems.
some
But I have
countries.
a solution which is so simple. Get the part person on the job, but far.
How do you decide that?
What you want to do? Just give me an example. You want to put a minister?
I'm asking the question. How do you decide who's the best person for the job?
Yeah, you cannot.
Don't you have But don't you have institutions? You want to build the bridge? Who is the number one guy that finishes the fucking bridge universal, let's call it. Fucking engineering university. The best one, the score. That's the guy. That's your minister.
Choosing an engineer is not the same as choosing people who write policy.
Why?
That's the most ridiculous.
He's the same guy.
That's the most ridiculous comparison I've ever heard in my life.
Why you write policy?
Who built the bridge? Oh no, let's choose the best guy to write the policy. Doesn't work like that.
You just have to pay them.
What you talking about? Who writes the policy? Who does?
Politicians. How do you find the best
Come on,
politicians?
let's just stop this scheming
Oh,
gay
yes,
shit.
yes, business
Let's just go.
people, yeah, business
Fucking lawyers or business people,
business
right?
people.
So the best people there,
Bankers.
let's just do it.
Bankers, bankers.
So get the best bankers. You don't have to do like elections and put like
Wow,
these
no,
fake
no, wait.
motherfuckers. Come on.
There's no such thing as bankers. Best bankers. All bankers are.
Financial. That's true. But like you know what I'm saying. You wanna put like
Guys are
something.
ridiculously stupid, you know that?
You wanna put something in. But think about it. Who puts the legislation? Lawyers. So get the best lawyer to do it. That's it.
They do.
But what do they do with lawyers? They just send them to fucking...
The congressmen do.
Politicians come up with, election proposals. They say, if you elect me, I'll do this in parliament once you elect me.
Lawyers
Prav.
are like a hired
And,
guns.
and you basically vote for
Prav.
them based on that.
It's like lawyers for play. You know what I'm saying? It's like realizing you like pink. You know what I'm saying? You're gay. You like pink, you're going that direction. Like you're just trying to find some good words. Right there, you're lawyering me now. That's what I'm saying. Get the best people for the best job.
Yeah.
Whatever job you do, whatever it is, they're best. We score them, man. That's what we do. We compete with each other. We fucking compete to death
Okay,
with each other.
let's say we still adopt whatever method you're saying. So how do we
Yeah.
choose the best politician?
What the fuck is politician? What the fuck? Why we need these people? We don't actually need them. That's what I'm saying. You don't need these people. It's just the fake puppets.
So you think,
rich people
you think
hire.
everything can be like a technical one?
Yeah, just go boom, boom, boom. You do the shit and you
You
do it.
just hire all the technicians and engineers.
And then
in society.
that's my kick. That's the kick ahead. You stay there for 1 year or something.
Who makes the call to hire those people?
Automatically, computer, boom, boom, boom. You get the scores from your SATs or whatever shit you do. So nobody knows, nobody can influence. There's nobody to call. There's no uncle or shit like that. You get a fucking paper one day. You wake up, you get a paper. Boom, you're Minister of Science, and that's it. You go there, and that's just shit you have to do.
I understand your intention, but
You know what I'm saying?
If anything, it sounds like to me like a dystopian dream.
Yeah.
You think it's dystopian? This is nice. This is a perfection or something.
No, it's yes, it's
Is it utopian a little bit?
no, it's not. Like now, I mean, the reality we're in now. Yeah, it's a fucking shithole. Yes.
Anyhow, that's my 2 cents.
Maybe I think it would be worth trying. Well, they're not gonna let it happen.
I don't know. There's some stuff that you cannot pick the best player.
I think putting control of selecting the key people in government to like a small set of people, giving that power is not good. It should stay with the people who make sometimes dumb decisions.
But it's not.
But they say they do. They say that they keep the power among the people, but actually, what do we have?
But the
Yeah, I
choice,
mean, it is-
what
it
they
is like that,
legislate
yeah.
is against the people. If you think about it.
And
Yeah, sometimes
we're,
it is, yeah.
we're too busy. Like, who gives a shit about, like, do you know who you live in Chester, yeah? Do
Who's
you know
your MP?
do you know who
Yeah,
the mayor of Chester is?
I don't know the mayor.
Yeah,
but
we don't give a shit.
I know the MP I voted for last time. She didn't win. But yeah.
Move on.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna vote next time.
So you know what? Here are some countries, highly developed countries, where you can still live like relatively like a human being, even when you don't give a shit about politics.
Absolutely, yeah.
These are
The Netherlands.
relatively
70% tax.
yeah,
There you go.
relatively more
You live a
democratic.
beautiful life. However,
Yeah. These
most
are
of America
the
belongs to us.
these are the relatively more democratic countries, and some countries are not as democratic. And what me and Sotir is trying to say is that there's no country fully democratic. It's a fucking lie. There's no such thing.
but have I ever said this?
Because
Story.
all these businesses, bankers, and all these fucking giant
Corporate- corporate interests.
corporate, they are far above the law and the Congress and all this fucking constitution and shit.
They
are
control
all lot
the law.
stronger than all this shit.
But they control the law.
Yes, they make the law. They make law. We don't. I never fucking made law.
Let me give you an example. Would you say that oil companies have, I don't know, a hold over the government? Would you say that? Or the UK government?
Is it a fair thing to say? I
You
think
think
it's
it's a fair
quite
thing
fair.
to say?
It's a fair thing to say.
they have recently put a windfall tax on oil and gas producers in the North Sea. The people who extract oil from the ground.
Where's the North Sea?
It's like above.
Over Scotland?
Yeah, above Scotland. Yeah, something like that.
What's in there?
There's crude oil, and there's companies extract crude oil, right?
Can I get a job there?
So the government has
Let me get a job there.
So the government has said
What would you do?
the government has said to pay for the cost of living crisis,
Yeah.
we're going to put 25% tax out of nowhere on these companies. Now, if you think oil companies have a sway over the government, how has that been done?
I don't know.
Because some other company has bigger sway.
No, it's not that. It's basically the government putting its foot down and saying, no, we're going to tax you. It's doing
But
something.
what
They
if
have no right.
They don't because.
But what if they leave?
Because say,
Fucking ridiculous.
usually, if you work in a sector, if you work in textiles or some other sector, you have an agreement with the government that your tax rate is whatever, 40%, 30%, and you say, okay, I'm going to sell products in this sector to my customers, and I'm going to make money, and I'll pay 30%, 40% tax. But if somebody suddenly comes and says, listen, you made too much money this year, we're going to put 25% more tax on
Yeah,
it.
so who are you to fucking say that shit?
Exactly. So it's against
But
corporate.
leave then.
But the thing is, it is against corporate interest, right? It's basically something has happened that's against corporate interest. So I'm just saying that that's an example where the corporate people didn't get what they wanted. It's what the
The
government wanted to
fucking
do.
mess.
It's a mess. And you know what happens if people pull out from these?
Nah, I think you're wrong, Prav. I think there's something else we do not see in the picture. Right now.
Possibly. I'm just saying.
There's something.
They both fucking.
No. There's some other corporate entity behind it to back the bullshit.
No, both
Yeah.
corporate and government, they both fucking predators, and whoever's stronger wins. That's it.
But what kind of
Yeah, that is true.
government has balls? There's
That is
only
true.
one country
Yeah.
in the world that has balls nowadays. Only Russia. I'm sorry to say that. That's what it is. That's what it is. Because they're not democracy. That's fine. This fucking militaristic country, so they can go wherever they want. They lose. They will lose in fight in a war.
Yeah. If it's a full.
They don't abide in this fucking low economics bullshit exchanging. So what are we talking
Yeah.
about?
So if it is like a fully fucking democratic and you have all the freedom of pursuing your happiness and all the shit, then who are they to say that you make too much money and you gotta
I'll tell you something. You know what? He got pissed.
fucking.
You know when he got
That is
pissed?
bullshit. And you know what happens? You know, like if these people who produce crude oil, if they pull out their investment and they say this is fucking dangerous, like every time we make money, these guys are taxing us more. If they pull out, basically the price of crude oil around the world will increase, and that means the price you pay at the pump will increase again. So if the government is giving any benefit to you, they're gonna take that away by
Well,
basically
you know when
yeah,
this
So
happens.
doesn't it burden all these
anybody with a car. yes.
consumers in the country?
Yes. But you know, I'll tell you this story. When I was working in Starbucks in Thessaloniki, in my hometown, you know what happened? It opened. I knew the rent for the establishment. It was fine. It was expensive, but okay, it was in a really touristic place.
Right.
But then this motherfucker was coming. I was in one of these meetings. He was coming. You're making all this money. How the fuck this motherfucker? He knew. You're making this money. Double. He doubled it, man. And there was no legislation in Greece to tell him, what the fuck you doing, man? You're just doubling the rent? Yeah. He doubled and then he did half of that. So from £1,000 went to £2,000, 3,500 something like that.
Yeah, but what's wrong?
Unbelievable. You shouldn't be able to, in the same piece of land,
Yeah, but it's his land.
it's his land, but you should have a limit of. That's the happening. in
This
the
guy wants
UK.
government and everything, man. This guy's a fucking communist.
I'm not communist. But that's what happening in the UK. You cannot go and rent this shit like
Yeah, I
2,000
know. I know,
pounds.
it's called rent
That's what I'm
control,
saying.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It's horrible. It should never be there.
But he did it.
It's his land. If you don't like the rent, fucking go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Why should government come in and say that you can only increase it by this much? That's
So
really
you're
wrong.
against that?
Yeah. I'm against government.
That's an opinion.
I'm against government involvement in like rent control and stuff. That's why they have it in New York, and now the New York is the
Yeah.
most expensive place to live.
There was some I don't remember exactly, but
They
there
have
was
these
some,
buildings that can't be demolished because of rent control. People are living.
there
in,
was
like, circles.
some European country. I don't remember which, but
See, artificially trying to regulate the housing market is
Yeah.
never good. You should let the market do its thing. You
yeah.
shouldn't come in and say.
It's like a jungle. It's like jungle. There's some people go down.
I'm not
get
sure you.
broke and
I'm not
some
sure you
people
get what I'm saying. Is a
I
road?
get exactly what you're saying. I'm
You
just
do?
saying you shouldn't do it. Yeah.
Okay, there is a road by the seaside in my hometown. This is nice. It's like scenic. It's really touristic. So let's just say, for the sake of the example, every coffee place pays £1,000 per month. That's just an example. And they're just asking for Starbucks because it's Starbucks, because they know it's an American company, because they know the shit. £3,000. Why should Starbucks pay the shit? There's somebody who
Because
told
they're not, I mean, they don't have to pay it. If they don't like it, they can go somewhere else. What's wrong in that?
this, but I mean,
That's
I
how
think it's a
market-
bit unfair.
That's how
I
market
think it's a
works.
fucking unfair.
That's how a market
But
works.
they wouldn't do it with the other guy next door.
It's unfair to Starbucks that they have to pay more rent. Mate, they don't even pay tax in countries. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
They are one.
Let's cut it out. Let's cut it out.
What are you
Let's cut it.
saying, man?
Let's cut it out.
It's totally fair. I think tax now.
So you're going, it's a war, you go all in. And
we just always have to remember this fucking selfish nature of humankind.
Yeah.
Shut
Capitalism.
the fuck up.
The good thing about capitalism is that it's.
What? You're not selfish? Can you fucking confidently say that shit?
The good thing about capitalism.
I'm less
is that it's
selfish than
straightforward.
average. A lot more.
The goal of capitalism is to make more profits. So you can understand it, and you can, work on that manner, on that basis.
Yeah.
With every other system, there's a lot of loopholes. You don't know what the goal is. You don't know what the agenda is.
Yeah.
So it's much tougher to understand. That's why I'm always in favor of don't let the government just control the.
Fucking hell.
Just control the police. Just control the courts. And then maybe policy, yes. And everything else, just leave people to do their thing.
I'm ashamed of this episode, this discussion.
Yes.
It's fine, man.
Mr. Mask, everybody
you-
got
you-
You need people
different
you don't agree
opinion.
with. It's fine.
Maybe I'm liberal of this the word.
Yes, you are.
I'm liberal.
Yeah. And I love it, man.
But you
South
just
American.
fucking Charlton Heston,
You
man.
mean-
Yeah, I'm like fucking Korean Charlton Heston or something.
You mean like South
You wanna buy
American?
many guns or something?
Southern European, man.
Southern European, okay.
Southern in South Europe, anything goes. Anything goes.
But I don't get it. You can have it all. If you say there's a handful of people that control the planet, legislating everything, so then.
Yeah, but you
it's
have
disgusting.
but you with your vote have the ability to affect the outcome of the election that chooses those people.
Believe it. Maybe your own skill, maybe in your own shit, whatever you do for it, little bit, you can do that. Little bit. Not for election, I don't believe. I stopped voting long time. I haven't seen.
Yeah,
it.
you start believing that it makes an effect.
I start believe. I mean, we have a
Yes.
perfect example in Greece. Prime Minister got elected, and he did this whole campaign, and he did it with his balls, and he was saying, "I will go against Germany. I'll
It's
get all
all
this money."
fucking popular.
Yeah.
What people fail to understand
Yeah.
is a large number of people voting or not voting sends a signal to that party, whether they're doing something right or wrong. That's what people fail to understand. It does send a signal. If a lot of people are unhappy with Tories, for example, and they don't go to the election to vote for them, what happens? Labour will win. And that sends a signal to Tories that they fucked up.
Dude, can I tell you an example? I went to fucking vote for.
Wait, did you guys get that? Like,
No, I don't.
No, I get. Can I answer to you? I think you're actually wrong. You're not a little wrong. You're wrong.
Okay, I don't understand what the fuck he said.
He says like
Cheers, man.
he says if you don't want to vote, whatever you support gets shrink down.
Yeah.
That's right, but what you don't have anything to vote. What about me? I don't believe in any of these two. Like you said, maybe I'm communist. I'm not communist.
No, you're not. No.
Whatever. But I don't want to vote
I was
because these two
exaggerating to make a
motherfuckers.
point.
I get it. But these two motherfuckers, they don't make any sense because they
Yeah,
two
and that,
look like.
and that also sends a signal to the election
Yeah,
system.
for me, is the best
Yeah.
signal to show.
It sends a signal
Yeah.
that people are not
Like,
interested in
I'd
voting.
rather play fucking Super Metroid
65
or fucking
the-
Super
see,
Nintendo, man. I'm
what is
talking-
what is an election? It's an analytics on 65 million
It's a
people.
marketing fucking.
Yeah, it's a
shit.
65 million people survey
Yeah.
on the country.
It's marketing. It's a marketing.
Yeah.
The results say a lot. They say a lot to the people who are willing to look at the numbers and
Think
make
about
sense
it. Think about it. If it's all about politics, why would these two parties would hire someone like a marketing expertise?
Because they need people like that to understand the
Because
numbers.
it's about because they want to appeal to the
Like for
people.
example, Labour has more supporters in the younger generation.
No, I don't.
Of course. Yeah, it
They
is.
do.
It is.
No, I don't.
Conservatives.
No, I don't like 'em.
I'm not saying you like. I'm
You're
just
not
saying-
young, motherfucker.
No. Yeah, you're not young.
You're middle-aged, motherfucker.
So
Shut the fuck up.
so Labour has a lot of supporters
the
in
fuck
like
up,
below
please.
25, 24 age
They
group.
should stop.
And conservatives are more voters in like the 28 to 30 plus age group. So these are analytics that people can understand, and these parties know. Okay, how are people actually voting? It sends a signal, man. A lot of people stop going to the election and voting for Tories. Tories lose. It sends an election to Tories. That
I get what you're saying, but I
Yeah.
think you're still missing the point. That's not the point. If you were to say that somebody created two parties, the same person created two parties, phenomenically the same, phenomenically different, but actually the same. So whatever you pay is the same. There was this, I'll tell you this rumor. There was this rumor that said, Howard Schultz, the owner of Starbucks.
Same person didn't create the two parties, man. What are you talking about?
Wait. There was a rumor that said that Howard Schultz of Starbucks created Costa.
Right?
But this
Oh
theory,
yeah, I heard about it.
that theory is not unproven. It's not proven, but it's not unproven. So they said like the good quality coffee, they will give it to Starbucks. The shit one, they didn't want to throw it away, so they said, let's just make another one. So how we call it Costa? So they created Costa.
So they create
So they
fake
look-
competition.
Fake competition. So you go like liberals and Democrats, you go, but they're the same. The same
Yeah.
guys runs Democrats and Republicans. So when you go like that, then you go like, I can't believe that. That's like too much.
Yeah,
that's-
he's right. He's
that's
right
it.
about
That's-
this.
I
one.
forgot you guys are big on conspiracy
No,
theories.
he's right about
conspiracy.
this one. Like when like
But who runs the parties? Think about
2008,
They go to the
2008,
same
like
parties.
2008, there was a election between Obama and his John McCain.
Yeah, what
and
happened
all
there?
that shit. Like these two parties, like
That's my phone. I'll order some food.
yeah,
some food?
yeah, let him fucking order food. Yeah.
You guys not hungry?
No, I'm okay.
What you having? Chicken wings.
Yeah.
You guys are not hungry.
Now go on. Order.
Obama and John McCain. John McCain is from Republican Party and Obama is a Democrat. And these two candidates were both funded by same entities like
Yeah.
fucking JP Morgan, fucking Citibank, whatever.
Yeah, but that could easily mean that they want to have the favor of whoever gets elected. Doesn't mean that they're running both parties.
But that's no good.
There's a question there.
What do you mean no good? They're just securing their interest. They're selfish.
That's no good
Why is it no good?
because it's selfish.
They're doing what's best for their company.
So
That's
So
what
why should we?
That's
why-
what
why-
you. That's
so
what
why-
you would do if you had a business.
So
alone,
why
man.
should I vote for anyone? You tell me. Well, why should I fucking
No,
choose anyone?
you shouldn't. And I have an opinion
Yeah,
about it.
Prav, tell me, why should I choose anyone? They both funded by same fucking banking corporation.
Yeah, that's
Why?
fine.
Like,
You might like the policies of one party more than the other.
but they both funded
But do
and
you-
controlled
do-
by
do you
same
like them?
fucking banking
But
corporation.
do you like them 100%? That's the point. You should like them 100%. Or 90%.
Why should I like them 100%?
There you go.
I could.
There you go. That's why you fail.
I could make the choice that one is way worse than the other.
But that's why you fail.
Make the choice based on that.
That's my point. That's why I fail. And maybe you call me communist, but that's why you fail. Because you cannot give me two shit to choose which shit is the less shit. That's not voting. That's like my personal time of playing Super Nintendo gets less. You know what I'm saying? That's not time wasted. It's fucking time wasted. So you're saying you have two options to vote, but they're both like kinder. They're not great. You know what I'm saying? They're not fucking great. You don't get it.
Most of the time it's like that, yeah.
I'll just say personally, for my family or whatever, for my country, whatever you wanna go. So why you waste your time? You're saying it hinders like the party I'm like closest to?
I'll tell you why. Because you might think in your mind that the other choice is really, really bad, and you want to prevent that outcome. You want to prevent the outcome that
that's fucking wrong. That's what they're playing to you. That's how they get. That's how they're getting fucking Trump. Because bringing you fucking Hillary, you see this shit, you go for Trump. You know what I'm saying? Or the opposite, I guess. I'll say the opposite. That's not a good. So you're going for the less evil then.
But who knows? Who's
Yeah,
the
but
less
what's
evil?
wrong with that?
Yeah, that's wrong.
I think that should be wrong.
That's
Wait! I have to stop you there. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Visit our website to join our mail list to receive news and special offers around the band and the show. Feel free to talk shit about things you like or dislike. And please support us through Patreon so we can keep making awesome content for you. Follow us on social media and don't forget, in a fight between idiots, nobody wins. Until next time.